All right, welcome back to WMMA Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a fight review. So we're going to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for CFFC number 83. We're going to the main event in the strawweight division, strawweight championship. CFFC title was vacant. Jasmine Jasudavicius coming in 4-0, taking on Elise Reed 1-0. Elise Reed coming in big underdog, also moving up in weight. She was fighting at atomweight previously. First round, Jasmine stalked Reed around the cage, but Reed was using kicks and counter punches to keep her at bay and was just constantly on the move. There was a nice jumping switch kick from Reed, and then an overhand right followed by a right high kick from Jasmine. Trip takedown for Jasmine to half guard. She passed to mount, but got swept by Reed, who stood almost immediately, decided to stand right back up. And then more kicks by Reed, who just continued to confound Jasmine on the feet. Second round, Jazz started cutting off the cage more, but Reed continued to counter with punching combos, like really fast, nice, like 3, 4, 5, 6 punching combos. Right high kick by Reed. Jasmine clinched, and then a trip takedown to full mount, but Reed again was able to sweep Jasudavicius onto the bottom, and Reed again decided to go back to the feet where she was doing her best work. Another takedown by Jasmine to guard. She landed some ground and pound in order to pass to half guard. And then the third and final round, Jasmine was again stalking. Reed was constantly moving and landing counters. Kick to the body by Reed. Jasmine went high-low with punches. Real nice little high-low with the jab. Jasmine grabbed a hold of Reed and basically forced half that takedown, moved to half guard. This time she used her posture better. Jasudavicius kept her posture low, landed some light ground and pound, prevented a sweep, and then as the round came to a close, she started really pouring on the ground and pound in order to convince the judges. So it went to decision, and your winner was Elise Reed by split decision, 29-28 twice for her, and then 29-28 once for Jasmine Jasudavicius. Big upset here for Elise Reed. Obviously, her team did their homework. She was able to constantly keep moving and keep Jasudavicius at bay with her punches and her kicks, especially the kicks. She was throwing a ton of kicks. And Reed was a smaller fighter. Jasudavicius had a nice reach and height advantage on her, but Reed was able to use her kicks to keep Jasudavicius at bay. So her team did their homework, and Reed was able to execute the game plan almost perfectly. Definitely keep an eye out on Elise Reed. Showed a lot of promise in this fight. Now, upon the first viewing of this fight, I was like, man, how did they not give that to Jasudavicius? But rewatching it again, you just see the amount of strikes that Reed was landing on the feet, the volume, the strength at which she was landing them, because she was sitting down on a lot of those punches, just outworking her with the footwork and everything. Even with getting mounted twice and with getting taken down in the third round, just had to give it to Elise Reed. It was much easier to score it for Elise Reed upon the rewatch. Now, for things to work on for Elise Reed, I think she needs to put on some muscle if she's going to continue to fight in that strawweight, which she's the CFFC strawweight champion. She keeps fighting with them. I would definitely recommend putting on some muscle. She was definitely outsized here. Of course, Jasudavicius is tall and thin, but Jasudavicius was able to, outmuscle her in the clinch and on the ground a little bit, particularly in the third round when she wasn't able to sweep. For Jasudavicius, she needs to learn how to use her height and reach advantage better. She was constantly getting outstruck at range when there's no way she should have been getting outstruck at kickboxing range by a much shorter fighter. She just did not seem to know how to use her height and reach to her advantage. You know, flick out the jab, flick out her own kicks to keep Reed moving. Also needs to work on cutting off the cage more. When she was cutting off the cage, she wasn't using her strikes to do it, so then she would get countered by Reed. So she needs to work on using her footwork and striking combined to cut off the cage a little better. Like I said earlier, needs to start, putting that jab out there. And also, finally, she needs to work on her base when she's on ground in top position. She got swept twice, almost like it was nothing. Needs to work on her base, needs to work on using her weight distribution to keep her hips down and keep her opponent from sweeping her. Now, as far as fights to make, this is regional MMA, CFFC. They're a nice regional promotion. They're on Fight Pass. But who knows who they'll find to match these two ladies up with next if their next fights are with CFFC. All right, so those are my thoughts on the fight. I liked it. It was a nice scrap, nice, fun little scrap. It is available on UFC Fight Pass. Go check it out. Let me know your thoughts on the fight in the comments down below. Of course, if you liked the video, please leave a like and share it as well. And hey, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to WMMA Scene Now, the most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.